Chris from UK Tool Reviews. Right, today I was going to be doing the Samsung SmartThings video. I just got the starter pack and I was going to do an unboxing, setup and demo, but unfortunately the naughty people at Curry's PC World, they'd repackaged a SmartThings starter kit up after they'd sold it beforehand and tried to pass it off as new to me. Now the problem was it was missing the Ethernet cable, and some of the items had screw marks all over because obviously they're plastic units, and they've opened them up with screwdrivers and they've sort of they've just hacked at it to open these bloody things up. So unfortunately I'm not going to accept that. I don't personally want anything that someone else has used before me. I want brand spanking new if I'm going to pay 200 odd quid for it. So since I've had everything all hooked up, ready to go to do a bit of filming, I thought, well, what can I do? Let's do another video, something to help some people out. So what I thought of was, what I'm going to do is show you how to make use of the group function on the Alexa app. Now, what you can do with this group function, it's quite cool. You can sort of, I'm just going to turn her off a minute. As you can see there, we've now got the red ring. When you tell Alexa downstairs lights on, it just does the lights and that's it. Now, what you can do with this group sort of stuff is you can say, I don't know, breakfast time, and then Alexa, breakfast time, and then what you can do is at breakfast time you can have the main light come on, you can have a lamp come on, you can have a Wemo switch, say switching on your lamp, so we can use that for the lamp. And you could probably get other things on the go at the same time, maybe the central heating set to a certain temperature. But what we're going to do today, we're just going to do a simple demo of how to set just a single group up. I've got a few set up at the minute. Let's have a look and see what I've done. Now what you do is you go into your Alexa app, you press the top bit there like that, and it comes up with your menu. You go onto Smart Homes like that, and it says your groups there. So down there, at the moment I've got downstairs, all upstairs lights, all lights, bedtime lights. So at the moment I'm just making use of lighting basically for this. So what I'm going to do on this new group, I'm going to create a new group called breakfast. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make the light here above us come on, and the Wemo switch come on at the same time, which will switch that lamp on. But I mean that could be plugged into anything really. This one personally is the downstairs one that we use for the laptop charger. So obviously being good people and being all green and eco-sensitive, and obviously saving money, that's my big thing. We program it at the minute, we do auto programs through the Wemo app, so it goes off at 11 o'clock every night and then comes on at 7, and then basically you've not got your laptop charger sitting there overnight with power going to it, because even though it's not plugged in, it can still burn electricity, so it's not going to save you much per year. And that's another video which I'm going to show you. I've got a little device over here come through. It's a plain package sort of thing, it looks a little bit dodgy, but inside that is a little electricity meter. Now it goes in between the plug for your product and the socket, and it detects how much electricity you're using. So you can use it overnight, you can set your rate, your electricity rate per unit, stick it in there, and then it'll tell you exactly how much you're using overnight, and then obviously you times that by a year, and then you can find out how much that's cost you a year just to stand by overnight. So then you can offset it against the cost of one of these Belkin switches, which should last you a good few years really, to be honest. You would have thought so anyway. and you can find out whether that is going to save you any money or not. So and obviously that will use some sort of power because it's connected to Wi-Fi all the time. So it'd be nice to sort of monitor how much things are costing and things like that. You know, the person who actually recommended this was someone who replied on one of my YouTube channels. He used to do it as a job, something like that, so I suppose he may be some sort of electrician, something like that. But yeah, so I took him up on his recommendation. He recommended this unit, so I bought it, and we'll do a video on that some other time. But for now, we're going to crack on and we're going to make a group called Breakfast. Right. I'd hope it does, you know, like the bacon and eggs for you, but I think that's a little bit too sort of, that's a bit too futuristic. But you never know, one day you might say breakfast and you might have something in the kitchen that knocks you up a bacon butty. Don't know. It could happen. They got that 3D chocolate printing and things, so that's already sort of making things for you. So why not a bacon sandwich, eh? Give it a few years, it might be there, and that's my idea. I like copyright it. Right, so what you've done, you've gone into the smart home section there, and I'll just go up here. And what we're going to do, let's just move the screen so I can see what's happening. Right, so we're in the smart home section, and you've got your groups are right at the top, so there you go, right at the top there. So go down a little bit, you see the writing there, it says create group. Right, so what I'm going to do first, before I do this, I'm going to plug the Wemo switch in. Because it may ask, or look and say, ah right, so we got this, this and this active. So I'm going to plug this one in. Obviously it takes a little bit of time to register onto the network and things, so put that in now, and then we'll leave it to sort of log in if you like. So I suppose I'll either make a brew or I'll fast forward it for you. I think I'll just fast forward it for you. Now let's move the screen over. Now one thing I have realised is that the Wemo switches do not like being turned on and off. It does take a little bit of time for them to get back onto the onto a system again and register with the app and all that sort of stuff. So right now I think it's all loaded now. Let's have a look. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. So I've got the Wemo app on there, look. And what we're using, this is the one that I use for the laptop charger. So there you go, let's press that one. Off, on. So that's all plugged through the lamp now, just so you can visually see what's going on at the same time. So off, there we go. Activator, so we've taken that off. So right, what we're going to do then, we're going to go back into the Alexa app, and once it's focused in, now we're going to create a group.
Sorry, I can't tell what is playing.
I should have left it on. Right, so the group name, let's call it Breakfast. Done? Right, now, what am I going to turn on? I turn on living room. No, not extension lead. Laptop charger, there it is. Right, so we're going to turn on the laptop charger and the living room light. Now for some reason that's saying it's offline, so I'm just going to check that out for a second before I do all that. Just going to give it a quick test first. Alexa, living room light off.
Okay.
That seems to be working then. That's a bit strange. Well, we'll go through the motions of making a group up anyway. So once it's sort of focused in, right. So let's create a new group. We're going to call it Breakfast. Oh, if I spell it correctly, Breakfast. There we go. Now then you've got to tick which devices you want. So we've got laptop charger, obviously that's the name of the plug, but that's going to be turning on our lamp. And then we go to living room, we're going to have the living room turn on as well. And that's now saying it's online again, so that's cool. Then right at the bottom we got save, so save that one. And there you go. If you have a look at your list, you'll see breakfast down the bottom, 2 devices. So if we say breakfast on, that means it's going to switch the light on, hopefully, the main light up there, and that light there, which in normal circumstances would be plugged into a laptop charger. So breakfast time, I want the main light on and the laptop charger, but it's plugged into that. So let's give her a go and let's see if it works. Alexa, breakfast on.
Okay.
Well, that didn't work, did it? Alexa, breakfast. It's not working. Alexa, breakfast on.
Sorry, I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Alexa, breakfast. Alexa, breakfast on. Alexa, breakfast on. Right. Obviously, Alexa, stop. Obviously, she's not liking the word breakfast. So, let's go and give her a different name. So, let's call this one. Let's just call this one, let's see if we can call this one afternoon now. So we've got laptop charger, living room done. Save it. So there you go. Down the bottom, it's now called afternoon. Let's try that one. Alexa, afternoon on.
Good afternoon.
Wow, that's not a good idea either, is it? So now she thinks we're saying afternoon to her. So let's go back in there again. This is getting a little bit tedious now. Right. The other groups I've done seem to work perfect. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's ditch this one. Totally. Cancel. Right, how do I delete? That one and that one off and save it. So we got right downstairs. Right, let's add. Right, we've got laptop charger on downstairs. We've got the hall, and we've got living room. Yeah, I'll just show you that one. I didn't realise you couldn't see that then. So we've got a tick in the living room, tick in the laptop charger, and tick in the hall. So the hall light's going to come on. This light's going to come on. That light's going to come on. But obviously that is named laptop charger. So let's give it a go. Alexa, downstairs on. Hey! Right, so this group thing, and I've just had a look out there, the hall light is actually on. So all the lights have come on. Let's try it again. Alexa, downstairs off.
Okay.
Well, there we go. So what we've established, I'm just going to turn this around like that. Turn her off for a minute so she don't start bloody talking. So what we've established then, it all works. These group things are good. The names I picked before were obviously quite good and understandable by Alexa. But when you want to go off on your own and do some things like calling it breakfast or afternoon or something like that, obviously Alexa is going to be getting a bit confused with it. So I think what this boils down to is trying to find a word, a keyword for that particular group that you want that works with Alexa. Obviously she ain't perfect yet. She's only just kicked off in the UK. doesn't know some of our words and things like that. So it's been a really steep learning curve recently, because I'm trying different things and adding different items on, and the different language I'm using, sometimes she doesn't understand what I'm saying. So, yeah, if I do it manually through the apps, it all works perfect. So one thing that Amazon need to work on, I think, is the speech recognition for the UK. They need to know all the terms that we use and how we say things. I'm down south, so I'm going to say things totally different to someone up north, you know, and to me up north is just past Exeter. So you know, so it works, and these group things are really good. So you know, I've got other groups on there like upstairs, downstairs. I've got bedtime, which we use all the time. So on bedtime, I've got the lights, I've got the landing light comes on full, and I've got the little girl's room comes on as night light. So we say, Alexa, nighttime, and then also, sorry, Alexa, nighttime lights. Those two come on, and we can just clap the little madam up, put her over your shoulders, stomp upstairs, and all the lights are there, all ready for you. You chuck her in bed, read her a story with the night light, sort of light, just enough light so you can read the story. Done and dusted, walk out the room, come down here, and because we haven't got the dots yet, we've got to come down here to speak to Alexa, and then say, Alexa, bedtime lights off, and then all of them go off, so the hallway the landing goes off, and the girls' bedroom light goes off, and then that's it, perfect. But from the 20th of October, the little Amazon dots are coming out, and then that will truly automate the house, and that means we're going to be we're going to have a dot in the kitchen, we're going to have a dot in the main bedroom, dot in the spare bedroom. So really, wherever we are in this house, we should get heard by at least one of these devices. So it should carry out your command. So as you're going up at the minute, I've just had the Philips Hue motion detectors, which I totally recommend. They're brilliant. When I'm getting up in the morning or coming down in the morning, I don't need to do anything. These things just detect you come in, and the lights come on. So the landing lights it's detecting me in the landing, so the landing lights come on, and I've set that to night light so it doesn't wake everyone up in the house. I come downstairs. As I'm coming down the top of the stairs, the hall detector gets me, and then that'll switch the hall light on. And then what I'm going to do is, once I've got the GU10s, because we got the Philips Hue GU10s on the way, once they arrive, I can fit them into the kitchen behind me there. I'll make sure that once the motion detector senses someone down the hallway, it will turn the hallway lights and the kitchen lights on. We did have it in the living room as well, but the dogs were setting it off and it was getting a bit annoying. But in the mornings, you know, when I'm coming down at like 4 in the morning, so I don't want to be buggering about with switches. I don't want to be shouting, Alexa, turn this on, Alexa, turn that off. So if I can get it all automated for when I come downstairs, the first thing I do is get that kettle on, get a brew on before I get in the car and go off to work. So yeah, the possibilities are endless, yeah, with this smart home stuff. And the best thing is, which I think is the absolute best, even if you're, I mean, I own my house, but if you rent your house, you could still buy all this smart kit because none of it's hardwired in. So if it's not hardwired in, if you move regularly, if you're one of those types of people, you just take it all out the plugs and you take it with you, and you go to your next place and you've got a smart home there as well. So I think that all this stuff is absolutely brilliant, and there is going to be some teething problems, like I've had some problems with the Alexa there, as you had. You know, it's all a bit of a learning curve. You've got to learn what she's capable of and then work on it. You know, so if she isn't understanding the word, after you want your keyword as afternoon, she's not understanding that. She thinks you're saying good afternoon to her. So change it to something different which she does understand, and it's going to take a little bit of toing and froing. But once you figure it out, you know, like I did there, you know, it's right, let's just leave it to a keyword as downstairs. As soon as I said downstairs, a keyword that I know works, straight away, no problems whatsoever. So if I do want to make another group, I'm just going to have to think a little bit more carefully, use a bit of trial and error, and then eventually it's going to come out with something that me and Alexa there agree on, you know. So, you know, it's like a wife or something. So you just got to sort of like be careful, try a few different things, and hopefully she'll be happy. So this is Chris from UK Tour Reviews. If you've seen anything you liked in any of these videos, if you look down there in the show more section, I'll put loads of links down there, and all of it goes to Amazon. I'm not going to bother sending people off to here, there and everywhere. I'll just send everyone to Amazon. If you click my links, it does give me a couple of quid if there's a sale. So you're supporting me to make even more videos, get some better equipment and things like that. So, you know, if you don't want to, it doesn't matter, I enjoy making these videos anyway. But if you do want to give us a bit of support and go through the links and buy some bits and bobs, then cool lads, thank you very much. So this is me signing off. Next video, hopefully, fingers crossed, if Curry's PC World can sort their act together, if they can get it together, then hopefully I'll be doing the Smart Things unboxing and things like that soon. But I'm not too impressed with their performance, to be honest. And being a Sunday, it's even more gutting, because if it was a weekday I would have had time to have gone and got a new one and get the replacement. But it's a bit sloppy really that they're sending out second-hand goods, to be honest, you know, because that's what it is. There's screw marks on on some of the equipment, and there's bits missing out of it, so that's unforgivable to me. You know, it's a 200 quid piece of kit, you know, 200 quid plus piece of kit, so it should be in superb condition if they're sending that out. So naughty Curry's PC World, naughty, and that's it. That's all I've got to say on that matter. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get a nice new one and we'll go from there. See you later.